Alright guys, so we are actually on the Grapevine right now. We are on a little family trip. We're heading to Disneyland. But on our way to Disneyland, we're actually going to make a stop and we're going to surprise our very first customer. Now, not only is this person our very first customer, he's also a very special one. When we were trying to figure out what we wanted to provide through the company, I reached out to a few friends to get some feedback as to what would basically help them in terms of merchandise and the services that we should offer, figuring out also price points. And I reached out to an old friend of mine. His name's Trey Nixon. Super dedicated guy. He's pursuing his dream of being an artist, and all that. But I reached out to him and I asked him what he would be looking for on a merch printing company. As we were talking, I had no idea, but he told me that a t-shirt printing company that actually cared and had very good quality and the lowest possible pricing would really help him, because at the moment he was actually homeless. Now, I had no idea that this guy was homeless. I knew he had moved to LA, but I had no idea that at the moment he was homeless and he was living out of his car. So his story really impacted me, and it really helped us to figure out what we wanted to have like the heart of the company be about, and almost like the mission behind it, so it gave it a little bit of purpose. You're probably watching this video after we launched the company, which is going to be the first week of July. But again, the company hasn't launched yet as of today. But Trey reached out to me last week and he told me he wanted to place an order for some t-shirts and some merchandise, and he actually placed an order. So when I saw his order, I got really excited because it was totally the best excuse to try to surprise this guy. So we're headed over and we have the SUV loaded with over $1,000 worth of merchandise, and I told him that we were going to just deliver his order for free to him. But what he has no idea about is that we also have a ton of merchandise. So I'm pretty excited about it. And I can't really wait to see what kind of reaction he has. The babies are sleeping in the back of the car, which is good. So hopefully we can actually make it all the way to the hotel room and then drive over to his house. So stay tuned, because we're going to be surprising him very soon. Alright guys, so we just got to Trey's neighborhood right now. We are right outside of his home, so we're about to go in right now, and he has no idea that we're about to surprise him. So we're gonna set up. He thinks we're doing an interview, and then but we're just gonna go in and then we're gonna surprise him in the middle of the interview. So come right in with us. Hey guys, Jorge here with No Bull Shirts, and I'm with my man Trey Nixon. Why don't you introduce yourself to our audience?
Yeah, totally. So my name is Trey. I go by Fake the Artist. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's just at Fake the Artist. And what I do is honest, dark pop. I come from a very punk background. I come from used to Green Day's a band that got me into music. I really love Rise Against, all those bands. But as I grew up and kind of developed as a songwriter, I kind of really learned to love the pop side of things. From Prince to even the top 40 stuff, Taylor Swift, everything, just that whole realm of music. While it seems so simple, there's so much that goes into it, and that simplicity really interests me. So I love having aggression in my music, but I come from a very crazy background with family and stuff, so a lot of my lyrics are very dark, but I like mixing the happiness in the music to give it a little more not everything is bleak. My music has, like I said, dark vibes, but very danceable. That's probably my main thing. When I perform, I don't like to stand on stage and just sing and be oh, that's a performance. I want it to be a show. I want everyone to be involved. I want it to be a crowd effort.
But the reason why we're sitting in your living room is because I reached out to Trey a few months ago, and I'm like, hey, we're planning on launching a company that wants to mostly help out bands. You gave me some really good feedback. And in fact, now you don't know this, but your feedback really inspired me personally.
Awesome.
You mentioned to me how at some point, as you moved from the Bay Area to LA, you were homeless, right, for a little while, and you were living out of your car, and I know this is kind of unscripted, so you probably didn't know I was gonna bring this up.
Dude, no worries, man.
But it's inspiring to see a young man that believes so much in what he's doing and his craft that you're willing to put a lot out there, you know what I mean, and take some risk, and I love that. And when I reached out to you, it really helped us to figure out that even though we wanted to have the best printing and look awesome, use social media and do things a little bit differently than what most print shops do, we wanted to be the most cost effective. And because I was like, man, we have the ability to kind of come in and become a partner with you and support you by providing you killer merchandise at the lowest prices online, so I just wanted to say thanks for being open about your story with me. And again, sorry to bring it up,
Oh, you're all good, man. I'm completely transparent. I've been through so much shit in life. I like being transparent as an artist and being honest with people who believe in my music, believe in my story, and believe in my journey. Because I think it's so much more valuable to take your fans and people, even your friends and everything, on that journey with you than to just already be at the destination and be like, so.
I agree, and that's totally what we want to do with NoBullShirts. So if you're an artist, if you're a musician, an independent artist, even if you might be signed to a record label, we want to be a part of your journey, and we want to help you out, and we want to do so again by providing killer merchandise at the lowest prices online. Again, so you're the first customer, which is really exciting, and not only are you a first customer, but you're a special customer because again, you really inspired me personally on this journey to launch the company. So we're delivering some merchandise to him, and it's right here in the background. So we did some puff embroidery hats, and then also some T-shirts. But there's another thing that I didn't quite tell you. When you placed that first order, I really knew that this was kind of like fate to some extent. Why don't you bring that over? But so he placed his first order, and I'm actually gonna return the money to you that you paid for this merchandise because that's just how much.
This is actually not scripted. I have no idea.
You have no idea this is going to happen. So I'm actually going to return your money, what that you placed for that. And I told you that, so he paid for the hats online, and I told him not to pay for the shirts, that he would be paying for those when we got here. But you're actually going to get those shirts for free as well. And not just that, but we actually went ahead and did a few more things for you. So here's some.
Oprah right now?
It kind of is like Oprah. So we have some dad hats here. We did some. I know we have a big following with the girls, so
these are.
We did some dad hats with your logo on black.
Hell yeah!
And then these with your logo on pink. These are gonna.
Oh my god.
The girls are gonna love that.
Dude, the dudes are gonna love these.
Yeah, I know, right?
The pastel colors are in right now.
Yeah, and then we also are going to hook you up with that fake floral design that he wanted to have done.
Oh my god, dude.
I asked him for a high resolution file, and he didn't have it.
I didn't.
It still works, so we went ahead and hooked him up with some merchandise. But
holy shit!
Again, dude, we
Thank
just
you so much.
no, yeah, for sure, man.
Oh my god.
Like I said, you really inspired us.
Yeah.
And it really helped to figure out what we wanted to be and who we wanted to be as a company. I really can't thank you enough for just being open about your story.
Totally.
Hopefully, this is a little over $1,000 worth of merchandise. So
yeah.
hopefully that is a bit of a token for just the appreciation that we have for you, and can't wait, man, for you to see you rock out on stage.
Dude,
and
thank you so much.
And then sell through this merchandise, because I know it's gonna help you. You were just talking
100%.
about how it broke down.
Dude, so I literally just told him my car broke down.
Yeah. So hopefully this helps you out, man. Check out his music. We're gonna give you all of his information so you can check it out. And again, really cool music. Like he said, it's fun. but it's real and it's raw and
Dude, enough about me. Go buy stuff from these people because they're the most generous, like, genuine people. That is amazing. Thank you guys so much. Seriously.
For sure. Well, thank you guys so much for sticking around. We'll see you guys later.